nearlydanish.com.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right. So we're starting off with the previous tests from May. All right. So all those sessions are recorded and posted on YouTube. You can find the channel is called Nearly Danish TV. There will be playlists for Melbourne Escapes Pawn, all the sessions, and one for INDFØDSRETSPRØVEN Pawn. So if you miss any one of these sessions, you can always catch up by watching the video. Okay? Like I said, we meet twice a week. We meet twice a week, once on Wednesday and once on Sunday at 8 p.m. So it's the same time every week. We practice INDFØDSRETSPRØVEN Pawn first, and then we practice Melbourne Escapes Pawn. On to the next one. All right. So the results for summer 2025. So the exam that was taken in the summer. So the group pass rate was 77.2%. So way higher than the overall pass rate of 58.2%. Now I actually want us to beat this pass rate. So for you guys, the goal is to hit 80% or higher. Okay? Now, for us to reach this goal, we have to work together. Okay? I need you to be consistent. I need you to put in the work that you need to put in. I will host these sessions twice a week, every week until the test. I've been hosting these sessions twice a week, every week, 3 months before the test for the last 6 years. So I'm already committed. Now I need you to be committed as well. Okay? The goal, your goal is to get your profile to 100%. Now, when you participate in these sessions, a profile will be automatically created for you using the name that you're using to play the game right now. Your goal is to get your profile to 100%. The way you get your profile to 100% is to repeat every single quiz in all of these chapters 8 times each. If you do that, you're going to pass this test. Okay? All right. Enough talk. Let's start. Okay. So, just I know that today is the first time we've met, and you might not do well today, but that's okay. Okay? These sessions, the purpose of these sessions is for you to come and find out what you don't know. You're going to hear this a lot.
Now you know what you don't know.
Come to these sessions, find out what you don't know, then go back to your profile and practice and practice and practice, and then come back to the session, and I'll test you to see what you don't know. And we keep on repeating this until you know 99.9% of the information in the book, if not 100%. The girl that's Dansk Pro was her name. She was number 1 on the leaderboard, and she actually got 100% on the test. There was actually quite a few people that got 100% of the test in summer. So that could be you. That could easily be you. And she started from 0, just like you're starting right now. So please, it's all up to you. You actually get out what you put into this thing. Okay, this is about the political parties and when they were created. You need to make a list of all the political parties and when they were created, who's their leader, and what the first time that they were voted into parliament. You're going to see questions like that again. Next one. Okay. Um, Question is about Margaret Vestager. She was the commissioner in the EU up until she got replaced by, I think it's Daniel Jorgensen or something. Anyways, she used to work in the EU. On to the next one. All right. So Yellowstone was 985. Is it 985 or 965? Yeah, 96. Anyways, I don't know. Can't remember. But it's 965. Thank you. Well, most of you got this right. 30 people got it wrong. This is chapter one of the book, Viking Times. Round of applause to the people that got it right. Okay, where are we? Let me move this here. Okay, so we have Nikki, Vic, Monica, IT, and Lily. Cassie Patoti is the highest climber, up 22 places.
Excellent.
Next one. Oh man, wait. Did I mess this up? I think this is in current affairs. Is it? Anyways, we'll keep going. Essie, please join the Cahoots. Okay, guys. It Look, I post a lot of stuff in the group, okay? And if you don't pay attention to what I'm posting, I can't help you. I posted clear instructions on how to join these games. Please, the least you could do is actually just, click on those links and watch those videos. It tells you exactly what to do on how to join the videos and the game. So Essie, please go back to the group. You'll see the announcement for the event. Click on that link, that YouTube link. It gives you clear instructions on how to join. All right, moving on to the next one. Okay, so I could see 56 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Like I said before, don't feel bad if you're not doing well. This is the first game. These questions, actually, this is a frequently asked question. So what does that mean? It means that this question has appeared in more than one test. Okay? You're definitely going to see this question again. Now you don't know it, but the next time you see it, you will know it. So the purpose of these sessions is for you to come and find out what you don't know. Next one. Okay. Let's see. Yes. So a prime minister can be, so the same person can be prime minister in more than one election period if they can keep getting elected. So there is no limit to the number of times you can be prime minister. Most of you got that right. Round of applause. However, that was a combo breaker. 3 people dropped their answer streak of 4. Sorry, guys. Where's that thing? Okay, so at the moment we have Vic, Nikki, Naju, Bloom, and Lily in the top 5. Next one. Okay, it's Muns Clint. 24 people got that wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Fix that knowledge gap. By the way, all your mistakes will appear on your profile. So all the mistakes that you're making here in this game, they will appear on your profile and then you can correct your mistakes. Next one. Okay. Yes. So Carl Nielsen was a famous, well, the most famous Danish composer. And this is a frequently asked question. So it's a question that has shown up in more than one test. 61 people got that wrong. That is a weak spot. You must know the answers to this question. Sorry, you must know the answer to this question. So fix it on your profile when it shows up as a mistake. All right. Boa is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. Aha. I'll answer that question after this. After you guys are done with this. And please do not give the answers in the chat. If you keep doing that, I'm going to have to kick you out. Okay, so someone just asked, what profile am I talking about? And I'll show you. So after the session, give it about half an hour. Then you go to nearlydanish.com, go to the Kahoots section and click on players. Now you're going to see a whole bunch of names. So all these are leaderboards, right? At the moment, there's only one person in the leaderboard called Sumi. Now, Sumi has a profile. You click, you're going to find your own profile, just like Sumi's. It tells you how prepared you are. It shows you all the work that you need to do. So from chapter 1 to chapter 6. And then these are quizzes about all the individuals in the book. The most frequently asked questions, Danish values, current affairs, la-di-da-di-da, everything is there, okay? When you make a mistake, it will show up like this. So you can see Sumi made a mistake in Danish political parties and the leaders. And you can see 1 incorrect answers and you can correct that answer. You click on that and you answer the question. So else, okay, which one is the oldest? Venstre, social, the answer is Venstre. Okay, so the answer is corrected. When I go back to the profile, you see it's gone. So it has been corrected. So when you come on your profile, all your mistakes will show up there. You go in there, answer your questions, correct all your mistakes, and it will wipe it off and it will update your profile with scores. Okay. And then there's a news feed that you can see what just happened, right? Sumi made 1 mistake and fixed it and got 96%. So that's what I mean by your profile. Now, there is a video on how to find your profile. I'm just going to paste it in the chat. Watch it after the session. All right, so we're getting back to this now. I hope that made sense. Next one. Okay, so this is also a frequently asked question. Actually, only 15 people got this wrong. 113 people got this right. Round of applause. Next one. Naju now in the top 5. Ad is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. Okay, so Reformation, Martin Luther's ideas spread to Denmark, and the king saw that as an opportunity to take over the church. He eventually did, and Denmark, the Danish church moved from Catholic church to a Lutheran church, and the king installed himself as the head of the church, thereby taking power and taking over all the land that belonged to the church and giving it to himself. All right, that's what the Reformation was about. It was also, as much as it was an ideological thing, it was also a political thing as well. 46 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
This is a frequently asked question, so you're definitely going to see that again. 5 players lost the answer streak of 5. Sorry, guys. At the moment, we have Vic, Monica, Bloom, Nikki, and Naju in the top 5. Next one. All right, you can visit Den Gamlebu and Aros in Aarhus. I think this is from chapter. What chapter is this? 6? 605. Can't remember exactly. Next one. All right, we have a static top 5 for the first time.
Static top 5.
Mama E is back 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Actually, it's a she.
She's on fire.
Next one. All right. So after the king took over the church, after the Reformation, in 1660 to 1661, I think it was Frederick III that introduced the absolute monarchy. And basically, before the Reformation, power was shared between the king, the nobles, and the church. After the Reformation, the king took over the church. So power was shared between the king and the nobles. And then in 1660, the king took power from the nobles and made himself an absolute monarch. So he was the one with all the power. So that's what this is about. Next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
Way to go is the highest climber, up 13 places.
Great job.
Okay, so yes, Denmark supported the American invasion of Iraq. Still a static top 5. Well done to you guys. All right. So the question is a majority of the employees in Denmark, or are majority of the employees in Denmark employed by the public sector? The answer is no. The public sector employs only a third of the employees in Denmark. So 2/3 of the employees in Denmark are employed by the private sector. All right, Naju is out, Mimi is in. 5 participants reached an answer streak of 3.
Great job.
Next one. We're almost halfway through now. Right. So at the end of the 1960s, a lot of the young people were rebelling against traditional norms. And for example, people started having children without actually being married. And that was when that trend started, which is still actually, it's basically normalized right now in Denmark for you to have kids outside of wedlock. Bloom is now at number 2, moved up a notch. Monica fell to number 3. Vic holding number 1. So top 3, Vic, Bloom, and Monica. Nikki and Mimi, 4 and 5. Blair is the highest climber, up 11 places. Next one. Oh, man. Guys, I messed up the order of the questions. I knew there was something wrong. Okay, this is actually a Danish values question, which should show up at the end of the test. I messed up the order of the questions. However, all the questions are here. I will be mentioning the questions when I see them. Hopefully this won't happen again next week. Now, this is not current affairs. This is Danish values. Anyways, I'll fix that. Let's carry on. Next one. Yes, so this is a frequently asked question. So the regions are responsible for the hospitals and your health insurance. Someone fell out of the top 5, can't remember who. Yes, so the Faroese flag has a cross in it. The Greenlandic flag has a circle in it. Next one. right, Susan Abir. This is from chapter 5. Susan Abir is a director, sorry, not a Grammy, an Oscar-winning director from Denmark. She's still alive and she's still active. 22 people got that wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Semi-frequently asked question. I think that's appeared in more than 2 tests, or at least 2 tests. All right, you have to be at least 18 years old to buy cigarettes in Denmark. Santisi is back with an answer streak of 3.
Oh my! He's on
Next
fire!
one. Frequently asked question as well. Yeah, so Denmark lost the Second Schleswig War. All right, static top 5.
Static top 5.
Ken back in the game, 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, so 51 of you got that wrong. This is from chapter 5. It's Toditliusen that wrote Barndomsgirl from 1943. Okay, Bloom back now at number 2. Vic never slipped, still holding number 1. Monica 3. Mimi 4 and Lily 5. 12 participants. Hits an answer streak of 4.
Excellent.
Almost a question number 30 now. Well done. So the Queen is originally from Australia. 13 people got that wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
We have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
Jawa is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. All right, Søren Kierkegaard lived in the 1800s. I just wanted to show you guys something. So on your profile, you can find quizzes about everything, including kings and queens. So you click on that and you will see them. So starting from Angantyr, so Viking times, all the way to the current king. There's quizzes about all of them. Same for politicians, all the politicians mentioned in the book. So from JBS Estrup, Torvald Stauning, all the way down to Inger Støjberg and Mette Frederiksen. Actually, she's not here because there's not much information about her in the book. Also, all the authors, all the writers. You can also see the ones that won Nobel Prizes, the poets, and so on and so forth. So basically, all the information in the book has been turned into quizzes. and put on the profile. Your task is just to, practice all those quizzes. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, well done. 170 meters above sea level on average. Static top 5 yet again, almost at the end now. All right, Venstre has the most Bormester. This top 5 is not moving at all. Round of applause to you guys. Okay, it's Nordisk roll. This is a semi-frequently asked question. I think I've seen it at least twice in the previous test. So if you got this wrong, so how many people got this wrong? 43 people got that wrong. So please get it right next time.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Static top 5 still. You guys are doing really well. So most of the kings and queens are buried in Roskilde, Domkirchen. Yeah, there's not much else. I think this is chapter 6. 22 people, no, sorry, 21 people got that wrong. Not too bad. Fix that. It will appear on your profile. PSRI just hit an answer streak of 10.
Oh my! He's on fire!
We've got 16 questions to go, and we're done with this. All right, Poland has the most number of EU immigrants in Denmark. So 22 people got that wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Nobody is budging in that top 5. Apple is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Excellent.
So this was the actual test that was taken in summer. And I can see a lot of you actually doing really well. So well done. Wow. Wow! Only 4 people got that wrong.
Excellent.
Next one. Round of applause to the top 5. Sana is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Great job.
This is a frequently asked question. Okay, so Denmark joined NATO in 1949. So frequently asked questions, let's talk about them. Frequently asked questions are questions that have appeared in at least two tests, two previous tests. You can find all the frequently asked questions on your profile. So just scroll down. You see most frequently asked questions. You click on that. There's about 200 of them. And just to give you an example, this, when did women get the right to vote in Denmark, is the most frequently asked question. It's appeared in 12 tests, actually 13 tests, because it appeared in the summer 2025 test. It hasn't shown up in the Kahoot yet, but you're going to see it. It's 1915. And the next one is, when Denmark joined United Nations and, NATO, blah, blah, blah. To start with, what I would recommend is that when you're starting, start with the most frequently asked questions. Okay? And then when you're done with them, then start from chapter 1 and then go systematically all the way to chapter 6. And then, but it's all up to you. That's my recommendation, but it's all up to you how you want to go through it. The point is for you to get your profile up to 100%. All right, next one. Mimi up, now on the podium at number 3. July 1988 is the highest climber, up 6 places.
Excellent.
So in-hills listing has never been in a government. All right, most of you got this right, but quite a few of you got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Nikki is now out of the top 5 and Naju is back in. 9 participants lost their answer streak of 7. Sorry, guys. Next one. Yes, Farshid, yes. I'll talk about that actually after this. And as I just showed you guys this question, right? Hopefully you all get it right. Okay, so at least 20 people were not listening to what I was saying. So I just showed you that this is the most frequently asked question. When did women get the right to vote in Denmark? It's asked in a slightly different way. But it's basically the same question. And as you can see, it popped up again. And this question also, I think it might pop up in the next one. So when you actually do all those frequently asked questions, you've covered at least 20 questions from the next test. And then you go through the chapters, and then you've covered the rest of them, apart from current affairs and Danish values. There's another thing I would recommend if you want to put yourself under a bit of pressure. Do the 14-day challenge. When you go on your profile, you click on that. And on day 1, just click there and do all the quizzes here. On day 2, do all the quizzes and so on and so forth for 14 days. And when you're done, you do the frequently asked questions and basically systematically go through this. If you can do this, you would cover the whole book. So from chapter 1 to chapter 6 in 14 days. It's a lot of work, but that's what I recommend if you want to do that. I'm thinking about putting a 30-day challenge as well, but the 14-day challenge is there for the people that want to do that. Okay, on to the next one. How long is each quiz? You're going to have to find out by taking the quiz. Static top 5, Vic is still number 1. Fiona, you can do that. Okay, so people are asking questions. People are saying, should I read the book and then do the quizzes, or should I do the quizzes and then read the book, or should I just do the quizzes and don't read the book? It's up to you. Okay. Me personally, I didn't read the book and I passed the test. However, that was me. What I recommend is that you read the book and do the quizzes, but don't wait until you're done reading the book before you attempt the quizzes. If you ask me what's priority number one, the quizzes are priority number one. Because if you actually do the quizzes, it's like reading the book, but it's better because the information actually sticks in your head. So it's up to you to do that. The quizzes are there. The only thing I'll say is do not wait until you're done reading the whole book before you start playing those quizzes. All right, next one. All right. So the Faroe Islands and Greenland are not a part of the EU. I think Greenland used to be a part of the EU, but it left. I can't remember exactly what date it was, but it exited from there. I think the Faroe Islands never joined. This, well, it wasn't a brand new question because they had asked the question about the EU before. I think it was only Greenland, but this time they added the Faroe Islands to it. So it's a question that had shown up before. But for the 50 people that got this wrong,
Now you know what you don't know.
if you see it next time, you know what the right answer is. So someone is asking, how much time do we have for each question during the actual test? You have 1 minute per question. So it's 45 questions in 45 minutes. I put you under a bit more pressure here. I give you 20 seconds per question. So I'm simulating a kind of pressurized version of the exam here. And this is to put you under a bit of stress. I mean, think of it like bodybuilding, right? The only way to build muscles is to lift heavy things. So I'm making your brain lift heavy things here so that when you actually go to the test, it's easy. And that's the way it was for me. That's the way it was for the people that just took the test and passed it. And that's the way it's going to be for you if you go through this process. Next one. Static top 5. These guys are, wow. All right, so the person called 40 has the highest answer streak of 36, I think. Is that a perfect score?
Perfect score.
Round of applause. All right, so Paul Schluter was he's the only prime minister from the Conservative People's Party. And he was prime minister from 1982 to 1993. This is a frequently asked question. You will find it under the frequently asked questions, and you will also find him under the quizzes for politicians. All right, so XOXO now in, Naju now at number 4. 2 people fell out of the top 5. Sorry, guys, now you know what you don't know.
Now you know what you don't know.
You're going to hear that a lot. Next one. This is current affairs. All right. So like I said, I kind of messed up the, what was it? The sequence of questions. So they're not in the right order. But anyways, we're now in current affairs. And the theme of that question was Greenland. So, as many of you know, Donald Trump was saying that he wanted to take over Greenland. And Denmark, of course, Greenland is Danish territory, and Denmark was not having it. And I think as part of that was like a big thing happening, right? And that's a theme. So a major event that happened in the government or in the realm. So in the, what's it called, this thing? Rigsfellesskab. And I knew a question about Greenland was going to show up. I just didn't know which one. But yes, it was the elections in Greenland that showed up in the test this time. Anyways, next one. All right, we'll talk about this as well. Okay, so the theme of this is whenever the prime minister or the king visits a country, or the prime minister or the king or the president of another country visits Denmark, that usually shows up in the current affairs. So in this case, Mette Frederiksen went to London with a whole bunch of other European prime ministers and presidents to discuss the situation in Ukraine. How many people got this wrong? 21 people got that wrong. Static top 5. So these guys are the elite players. We got Vic, Bloom, Mimi, XOXO, and Monica. Well done.
Static top 5.
Almost at the end. Yes. So another theme is whenever there's a birthday in the royal family, a significant birthday. So for the older people, it's usually when it's a multiple of 10. So 50, 60, 70, 80, and so on and so forth. For the younger ones, it's when they turn 18 or when they're confirmed or something, some major event. In this case, it was Princess Isabella that turned 18 in April 2025. And it showed up in the current affairs. On to the next one. All right, Mimi has a streak with 40 correct answers in a row. Wow! Wow! That's a perfect score.
Perfect score.
And, well, not an explosion, but round of applause. Okay, so Kumar is asking. Okay, so there's 45 questions in the test. The first, so question 1 to 35 are from the book. So from chapter 1 to chapter 6, okay? Question 1 to 35 are from the book. Then question 36 to 40 are current affairs. So that's from the news. And that's from the news in the last 6 months up until the test, okay? Then questions 41 to 45 are so-called Danish values questions. And those are questions that you can't prepare for them. However, they do have a pattern. And, you know, we will be discussing that pattern. The current affairs also have a pattern. We will be discussing that as well. So don't worry, you know, we'll talk about all that stuff as time goes on. Hope that helped. Okay, we've got 5 more questions and we're done for tonight. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, so this is current affairs. The theme of this is Danish excellence on the world stage. So whenever a Dane wins some kind of prize, if it's a Nobel Prize in science or literature or whatever, or if it's a sports person that wins a gold medal or wins a tournament, a major tournament or something, or um, basically a Dane doing something great on the world stage, that's usually a good candidate for a question that shows up in current affairs. So keep an eye out in the news for Danish excellence on the world stage. Next one. Static top 5. All right, so we're in Danish values now. Okay, so Danish values questions, these are the most important questions in the test. The last 5 questions in the test are the Danish values questions. Now, if you fail more than one of these questions, you fail the whole test. It doesn't matter if you get 100% in current affairs and 100% in the history section. If you fail more than one of these questions, you failed the whole test. However, do not be afraid. They are not difficult. It's just yes or no. And the questions actually repeat themselves over the years. So we will have dedicated sessions to Danish values, and we'll go through them systematically. All right. Next one. 24 people got that wrong. We got 2 more questions and we're done. All right, 15 people got that wrong. That is a question about gender equality, but like I said, we're going to have a dedicated session on Danish values, so we're just going to get through this, and then we'll talk about that later. This is also Danish values. All right, so this is the second to the last question. Before we get done, I'm going to post this YouTube link again in the chat. Click on that link and watch that video. It will tell you how to find your profile after this session, okay? Your profile will be automatically created for you. All your activity from this Kahoot will be imported to your profile. You will see all the mistakes that you made. Go in there and fix your mistakes and start practicing. All right, we're going to the last question. We have Vic, Bloom, Mimi, Monica, and Lily. Terry is the highest climber, up 6 places.
Great job.
Last question. All right. So this one was actually about child protection. You can't, it's against the law to be married in Denmark under the age of 18. Anyways, that was it. Let's have a look at that podium. Mimi at number 3. Bloom at number 2. And of course, Vic at number 1. Monica and Lily, 4 and 5.
NearlyDanish.com.